Stuart Law joins me. Stuart, you've been on board 2 months now. We're coming into March. First game next week down at the Ageas Bowl, pre-season friendly against Hampshire. How are things coming along? You're in the nets, out there on the grass.
Well, it's been a long slog really for the boys indoors. They got a bit of outdoor work, the bowlers particularly. They went to La Manga a couple of weeks ago, and we gave the squad a week off just to recover from their hard training. Now that we got cricket going on outside, it's nice to see the competitive net we had this morning, the banter that was going on, and the balls flying around, which is awesome, and everyone's looking in pretty good shape. So fitness wise, the bowlers are looking great, batters are looking in pretty good nick. So so far so good.
Yeah, it's a tough winter. I mean, the boys spend most of it indoors. It's speaking to the bowlers this morning, it's nice for them to actually get out there and feel the grass, and the batters to face the ball on grass. Do you kind of put a lot of credit in something like a Merchant Taylor's March wicket versus going overseas and spending 2 weeks on hard bouncy tracks? This is obviously what they're going to be facing in 2 weeks' time down at the Ageas Bowl.
Yeah, look, I think any cricket really sets you up to play cricket in any conditions. Obviously, you're training in the right conditions. The only thing that's different inside the marquee at Merchant Taylor's is it's 25 degrees. It won't be that, I wouldn't say, in 2 weeks' time we're out here against Oxford Uni. But look, to get cricket on grass, it's a bit more of an even contest between bat and ball, and obviously a lot more realistic to what we're about to encounter. So whilst it's nice going away and putting all your hard work in the off season into a competition type tour overseas, but it's always nice to get a hit here as well in good conditions without the freezing cold.
For sure. You're 2 months in now. You've seen a lot. I know you spent the first couple of weeks kind of taking a bit of a back seat and watching and observing and getting to know the guys. You've just spent 3 days up at Celtic Manor in Wales, a bit of a team bonding exercise. What do you make of it all so far?
One thing I can say, and they're a very respectable group of young men, and I've really been impressed by the way they are as people. They're high skilled as well as athletes. Not some more so on a golf course than others. Some don't like the high ropes, but look, Celtic Manor was good fun. Good for me to get to know them away from cricket in a bit more of a relaxed atmosphere, and you're not adverse to having a beer and a chat about themselves, about their life, and about where they want to go with their cricket. And I think if you're at cricket all the time, you don't get the actual truth. Over a beer, you tend to you dig a bit deeper, and everyone opens up a bit more. So, the last 3 days down there has been great for me to a bit of an insight into what makes them tick. But also, 2 months in, very impressed with what I've seen on the cricket field, and their work ethic's excellent. Whether it's to do with their cricket skill or their fitness stuff. So, all in all, it's very good. It's well and good being good at this time of year. In a month's time, it'll be a real showcase of what they have done and what they can do, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they produce.
For sure. One last one, Stuart. Announced Nick Pothas as your assistant today. You've obviously worked with Nick before over in the West Indies. You obviously like what you see. You obviously like working with him. What will Nick bring to the club? One
thing's energy. He's full of it. He's super fit himself. He'll drag the players along. We brought him in specifically for the fielding role. I think the white ball stuff, if we're going to have a real good crack at that, we need to be the best fielding team in the competition. And I've worked, as you say, closely with Nick with the West Indies, and the way he goes about his work, I really enjoy his methodology. Keeps it very simple, very, very short and sharp, but high intensity, which basically that's cricket. You've got to have downtime, you've got to relax, but when you're on, you've got to be really intense. So, look, he brings that. He's got a wealth of knowledge. He's an excellent coach, and he had a long career at Hampshire, and before that back in South Africa. So he's got a lot of knowledge. He brings a lot of energy, something that I probably haven't got as much energy as he. I'm a bit more relaxed. But what he does bring is wealth of experience, and a great message to pass on to young players. So looking forward to working with him again.
Stewie, that's good to hear. Well, look, thanks for joining me, and all the very best of luck when things kick off in a little over a week down in Hampshire.
Cheers, Fletch.